Okay, there's a problem, and I know it's been a while, or been a minute, since I've been on, and, talked about football, um, talked about the NFL, but there is a problem in the NFL, and it's called the top 10 quarterbacks of of the previous season. Okay, first problem. You have Joe Burrow. He is a fantastic quarterback. In 2023, I would have put him at MVP, and I would have, definitely for sure, or I might have got the year, whatever, 2023 and 2024, whatever. Um, um, but my point is I would have, because he had, stats better than Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen that season, 2024 season. So that season, you can arguably say that he should have been MVP. And dare the NFL, how dare the NFL ignore, Joe Burrow's stats for that season. Just because the Bengals had a losing record, they didn't make the playoffs, right? But last season, Joe Burrow was, he was mostly injured. And so it's like, you're going to put somebody that was, injured for a fairly decent amount of time in the top 10 quarterback list? And then also, you're going to put Patrick Mahomes at number 2. Oh, wait, what was their record? Can somebody please remind me of Kansas City's record last season? And they didn't make the playoffs. So why do you have him at number 2? Again, I'm not knocking what Patrick Mahomes has done in his career, but we're talking about last season. And then Lamar Jackson, another quarterback, I'm not knocking, him being, MVP. He's gotten MVP titles before. I'm not knocking how great he is, but I mean, let me what did he do last season? Oh, he was, kind of injured, kind of not the same injury as Joe Burrow, but he was injured. And the Ravens, you might have to remind me, but I don't think the Ravens went to the playoffs last year either. If they did, they barely got in, and they didn't really do anything. But I don't quite remember, but and he was, they have him, and it's completely biased, NFL. The quarterback, the top 10 quarterback list is completely biased. Only, voting for your favorite quarterbacks. Completely biased. Let me tell you who should have gone in. Bo Nix, who won against Josh Allen in the playoffs. He should have been in there. There's Bo Nix. There's the Patriots quarterback who, he only went to the Super Bowl. I mean, he lost, but he only led the Patriots to the Super Bowl. And Sam Darnold. Can't forget about the Super Bowl champion. He only only led Seattle to a Super Bowl and Super Bowl championship. Like, he's the reason why Seattle has another ring. And he's not in the top 10. He should be number 1. See, that's how you know that it's completely biased. And then, oh yeah, I want to throw up when I say this, but I'm not going to be biased. I know that Jordan Love should be there. I mean, if you're going to put Kalen Williams in there, you should put Jordan Love. I mean, yes, he lost to Kalen Williams in the playoffs, but you see, Jordan Love he's actually a really good quarterback. He actually played, really well last season. Another quarterback that you can put in there that some analysts might, argue maybe he didn't have his best season, whatever. I don't, is Jalen Hurts. Where is he at? Why didn't he get put in the top 10 NFL? See, there's a whole bunch of quarterbacks that they're completely being biased because they just want to stick to their favorite quarterbacks. And look, Joe Burrow is my favorite quarterback, but I'm not going to sit here and say that he deserved to be in the top 10 this season. Like, no. And I'm not knocking Joe Burrow. So Joe Burrow, if you see this, don't take it personal, because I've already said you should have been MVP 2024. But this season alone, are you kidding me? This season alone, you're going to put Joe Burrow in the top 10? You're going to put, like, Josh Allen, that got beat by Bo Nix, at number 1? He deserves to be in the top 10, but at 1? I would have put Joe Burrow Josh Allen maybe at 3, maybe at 4, I don't know, but somewhere in the top 5 at least. But at number 1, who lost against Bo Nix? I mean, come on. NFL. You guys are just being completely biased. Completely biased. And one other thing before I get off. Okay. I was watching on First Take, and I don't know the name of this analyst because I don't watch a whole lot of, I kind of don't really know names anymore. But there was an analyst from First Take who said that, the only problem that I have is Joe Burrow is put above Lamar Jackson. And yes, Joe Burrow went to a Super Bowl, but he didn't win. Well, one, there's a couple problems with that. Again, the list is made up of, it's the top 10 quarterbacks of this season. This season, and this season alone, not career. So that's issue number 1 that I have. And then how disrespectful. So disrespectful. Saying that Lamar Jackson, he's mad that Lamar Jackson is below Joe Burrow just because Joe Burrow did not win a Super Bowl. He been to a Super Bowl, but he didn't win. Wait a minute. Wait 1 minute. Do you see the problem with that? Because Lamar Jackson has not been to a Super Bowl. So how disrespectful that analyst was. I am not going to allow analysts to disrespect Joe Burrow like that. Not when their quarterback has never made a Super Bowl. Not happening. And then also, if you want to sit back and say Lamar Jackson has been MVP and yada, 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 go look at the 2024 stats. 3 quarterbacks. Look at Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and compare their stats to Joe Burrow. Yeah, I said it. Compare their stats to Joe Burrow. He's the real MVP that season that everybody overlooked only because their team did not make the damn playoffs. I am sick of it, NFL. I'm sick of it. How disrespect! So much disrespect for a quarterback who clearly should have won MVP. He had more touchdowns than those two, more yards than they did, and less interceptions than the two that they say should have, that, was for the MVP race. But how can we have a quarterback that doesn't go to the playoffs as MVP of the league? We can't have that. NFL, you guys got to do better. Because how dare you disrespect Joe Burrow, who is clearly the quarterback. Like, you can compare Joe Burrow to Tom Brady, and clearly the disrespect, and then also to disrespect Sam Darnold after he won the Super Bowl, to not put him in the top 10. He should have been in the top 5, if not number 1. I mean, he goes from Minnesota to Seattle. Nobody expected Sam Darnold to go to the Super Bowl alone. A Super Bowl championship? I mean, are you kidding? So yes, I'm going off on the NFL and any analyst that has disrespect for both Sam Darnold and Joe Burrow.